Last time? I wonder, which Santa am I? The white Santa or the black Santa?
Friends and Meisters, welcome back to more.
999.
Last we left off, we escaped a gargantuan of a room, and are now in some sort of cargo room, and seeking a way out yet again. Now, the only way to do that is to start searching. There are a bunch of bags here. I wonder what's in them.
Card with Santa's face? Huh. That's strange. A card of Santa's face printed on it.
What's that?
It's a card. It has a headshot on it.
A headshot?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what purpose this could possibly serve.
These crates are quite large. They seem to be tied to one another with sturdy straps.
A box? There's nothing inside. Well, there's Birdie. A card with a headshot. A card with the ninth man's face printed on it. What purpose could they serve? That's a good question that Ace asked.
For crates, sir, these crates are a little smaller than the others. They look like they're the children of the other crates. Junpei, that sounds like some sort of fairy tale.
Really? Well, I don't know what you mean. You ever think about how crates would reproduce? Doesn't sound like a fairy tale to me.
Pretty sure crates don't do that, Junpei. They don't reproduce.
Box. There's nothing inside.
Of course there isn't.
There are 3 crates here, stacked up like stairs. If we climb up there, I think we can get over the fence. Junpei, you think you go take a look at that? Sorry, but no thanks. Why? I, got a bad feeling about it. Pussy. Okay, fine. I'll go. Please be careful, Santa. Yeah, but just in case. Wait, what's he gonna do with that screw? I don't see what throwing a screw at the fence could... Holy shit! It's electrified. He did have a bad feeling for a good reason. Ah! This... Oh man! There's electricity running through that fence. Looks like it. And we can't get over to the other side. Well, we could jump off those crates, but we wouldn't be able to get back. Well, let's not do that then for now. We can hold off on jumping over the fence until we've searched everything. There's a tall fence surrounding part of the cargo room. Apparently there's a high voltage current running through the fence. What are these? It's locked. We need a key.
All the boxes have numbers on them.
Ace bent down and picked up something that had been sticking next to the box, or sitting.
Junpei, take a look at this.
Cards? Oh, it's a lotus. A card of Lotus's face printed on it. Another one of those white bags. Does it contain what I think it does? Card of a headshot. This one has Seven's card. This is Seven's card. If this is supposed to be a trading card, it's not a very good one. That's nice of you. Ideas abound today.
We've searched all these boxes. There's nothing in them.
All there's stuff down here, though. Here's Junpei's card. Not cool, man. You took this picture without my permission. It looks pretty cool, though. You look really handsome in this picture. Hey, knock it off, lovebirds. Oh, what? We're not a couple, not at all. Not in any way. Wow. Junpei sure wishes he was. I do ship them. Oh, it's June's card. Oh, this must be... Oh no! Don't look at it! I'm not cute at all, and I'm not photogenic, and I don't look sexy either. Next to Clover, my skin looks gross. I'm not sexy like Lotus. I know guys go for women who look like Lotus. But... I'm trying to. I'm doing the best I can. So please, don't call me bored. What? Don't call me a board or a trash can or a cutting board. Wait a minute. I haven't said anything like that, have I? Okay. God, June. You're weird.
There is some sort of liquid in these barrels. I'm not sure what it is, however.
I guess you wouldn't know what type of strange liquid are in those barrels.
Do we need to use these cards then? Okay. Well, I guess we'll look around. Oh, wow. I completely missed a set of stairs. Oh, there's Snake's card. Snake? Is that Snake's card? Yeah, you want to see it? No, that's fine, I think. There's Clover's. This is Clover's card. You know, looking at this photo, she's kind of cute, isn't she? Huh? What's up? Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. Why does her smile make me feel cold? Because it's murderous intent? Oh, it's 7. Or not 7, aces. It's Ace's card. You look like some kind of European lord. Oh, my headshot. You want to see it? It's actually a pretty good picture. No, I don't really need to see it. In fact, we really ought to get back to our search again. That'd be pointless, sir. I don't know what's in these barrels. Judging by their weight, perhaps a liquid of some sort. Booze? Water? You never know. These stairs, they go up 3 stories. What are you waiting for, Junpei? Whatever, I'm going. That's a good point. There's no reason to really be waiting. This is the only door here, except for the one we just came in through. Then this is the exit? No shit, Sherlock. Of course it's locked. Is it an electronic lock? No, just a keyhole right on the doorknob. So to open this door, we gotta find the key that fits that keyhole. Yeah. Stupid. Everything I imagine coming out of his mouth is just offensive. It's some sort of boxy device. Yeah, the monitor's off. I've got a green switch here, and a red one, and some kind of lever. Lever. None of them seem to do anything, though. Maybe the power's off? Yeah, maybe. There's a single green light on the bottom, though. That means... do we need to do something here, then? This looks like it's covering something. Maybe it'll open if we do something. What's gonna come out of it if it does open? Yeah, like I know that. Well, we have 9 cards. That should be everyone's. I haven't found anything else. Well, there's 6 holes here. They look like jacks for a headphone cable. Jacks, huh? And maybe if we put something in them. Yeah, something might happen. Well, I'm starting to think... maybe these we can try. Snake for snake eyes. Could I do this? No? Okay, back down we go then. At least we found that. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Or that. Oh, okay, so these are where the cards go. They had finally collected all 9 picture cards. All that remained was to insert the cards into the slot at the front of each box. Junpei stared at the cards in his hands. Ace peered over his shoulder at them. You know which card goes in which box, yes? Junpei gave him a look. Yeah, maybe? Of course I do. It's really obvious. Crickets. You just match our numbers to the numbers on the boxes. So for instance, the cards with the pictures of Ace on it goes in box 1. Actually, you know what? That sounds too simple. Probably has, by my thinking, from what this game's done to us so far, something to do with digital roots. The card with the picture of Snake on it goes into box 2 and so on. Ah, I see. Junpei thought he might have imagined it, but he could have sworn Ace stiffened. I'll leave the rest to you. He quickly turned and walked away. Strange, Junpei thought. Oh well, whatever. Doing his best to clear his mind from the task at hand, he turned back towards the boxes. It was time to solve this puzzle of the 9 boxes. 9 cards with pictures in 9 boxes. Junpei stared at them for a moment and then began. Am I right? Ace's card went into the box number 1, then Snake's went into 2, and so forth, so on. He put them all in order. Then Santa's card into box 3, Clover's card into box 4, Junpei's in 5, June's card in 6, and 7's in 7, so forth, so on. I'm getting sick of reading these. And the 9th man's in whatever hole. Okay, no, they actually all opened. All 9 box lids popped open at once. He peered inside. In each box was a single pin. Well, I didn't think it'd be that simple, but apparently it was. They looked a little like sewing pins, but much thicker. Junpei collected them all quickly and shoved them into his pocket. Oh, well, he got 9 pins now. So we actually have something that's probably the size of a handphone, or a headphone jack. There's nothing in these boxes, nothing at all. Is there anything else to look at? No, the only other machine I can think of that would accept these pins was up here. So let's give that a try, shall we? There are 6 holes here, and it looks like the pins I just found would be a perfect fit for them. The ones you found in the 9 boxes, right? Well, why don't you try it out? Alright, let's see what happens. I think 2, 4, and 6 should go here on the top part, and 3, 5, and 7 on the bottom. Well, some of them lit up. Yeah, 3 and 6. I don't know if there's some kind of rule that determines which lights go on. Well, I put the 2, 4, and 6 pins on the top part, and the 3, 5, and 7 pins on the bottom part. You think maybe it's the digital route? Ah, okay. Okay, I see. I'm a little ahead of myself here, but this is where the digital route comes into play. The digital route? 2 plus 4 plus 6 equals 12. The digital root of 12 is 3. Therefore, light 3 turns on. 3 plus 5 plus 7 equals 15. The digital root of 15 is 6. Therefore, light 6 turns on. Makes sense, right? Well, yeah, I see it does. The light that matches the digital root of the pins inserted on the top and lower parts will light up. So that's how it works. Well, there's one other thing I'd like to check. Well, if he wants to try, he's certainly welcome to. So, we need to put in 1, 2, and 3 pins on the top, and 6, 7, and 8 pins on the bottom. Oh. Great. They turned off. 6 plus 7 plus 8 equals 21. The digital root of 21 is 3. Therefore, light 3 turns off. Okay, and the digital root of 6 is 6, therefore light 6 turns off. Oh, I get it now. The digital root of the pins you've inserted is the same as the number on the lights that are lit. Well, those lights turn off. Yeah, looks like that's the trick. Alright, now we know how it works. Want to give it a try? Wait, you mean, you know what we're supposed to do with these lights? Well, no, but I figure we could try and see if we can turn them all on, you know? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I figure something's gotta happen if we can manage that. Turn on the lights, huh? Well, the question is how. Okay, pick one of the 6 holes and pick one of the pins in your hand and insert it into the hole. Sounds simple enough. Once all the holes are filled, this again sounds bad, the light with the number that corresponds to the digital root of the pins in the upper and lower parts will turn on. However, if a digital root corresponds to a light that's already on, it will be turned off. So our goal is to turn them all on. Alright, let's do it! Okay, so we already have 9 lit, so we don't want to do that one. So let's try this. I'm going for 1 first here. That should be it. Let's go for 2, which would be 8, 2, and then 1, so we can't enter that one at the same time. What else could we do? 9, 8, 7? Yeah, 7 would do it. Okay, that's 2 of them. Okay, I think I see the problem here. We're gonna do 2 at once and eventually turn 9 off. That really blows. Okay. Well, I might as well turn 9 off now and get it out of the way. Okay, we're slowly making progress here. 9, 2, 1. Okay, now it's just 4 and 5 left. You know what? Let's turn on 4 and turn off 9, and then turn off 5 and 9, maybe. Maybe that would work. Yeah, I think that's right. Alright, then 9 should be 9, 8, 1. Alright, we're doing pretty good. 9, 8, 1 again to finish off. And then, let's think, what's 5? 7, 4. Mental math, come on, don't fail me now. 3? Yeah, 3, I think. Haha! There we go. Oh, great, more of them. The lights are on and the shutter is opened up. Hey, does that mean... Yeah, we gotta do it again. Man, I thought it was doing so well. Okay, so we've got 9 holes. There's an an F above them. I don't know what this F means, but I do know one thing. What's that? This time there's 9 holes, so we need to insert 9 pins. Man, that's boring. Well, why don't you just try it, alright? Okay, that's a good question. F. I'm drawing a blank here. Well, we can at least give it a try. Nothing? Nothing it is. You think maybe this F means 15? 15? Yeah, 15 is base... Oh! Right! Right, that makes sense, actually. And base 10 is F and... Yep, you know what? You're right, yeah, that's gotta be it. Let's try it out. Alright, let's give this one more shot. I should have known that. Okay, let's try to make them all equal 15, then. Question is which order? 3, 4? Okay, yeah, I think we're getting this now. I have an idea of what we need to do here. Trying to think. 15, 15. Aha, there we go. That's a tricky one. There we go, all pins inserted, all lights up. We did it! Power's on now. It looks like there's electricity going to the monitor on top now. Alright, let's see if we can activate the device on top. A green button, a red button, and a lever. I wonder what these do. I think this might help. What the hell is this? Where did you find this? What is it? Where'd you find it? I found it when you were messing around with the pinholes. It looks like instructions for this thing. According to what it says here, this thing's a remote control for that. That? Yeah, that. Oh, the electricity thing. What's he pointing at? Oh. That machine over there, apparently it's called the Pushmaster 5000. Stupid name. Are you serious? Whatever. So what are we supposed to do with the Pushmaster 5000? You see the coffin over on the top of the crates? Yeah? Don't you want to know what the deal is with it? I do. You want to check it out? Yeah? Alright, how do you think we're going to get there? Well... there are some crates on the right side of the fence that someone piled up. Like stairs. Maybe if we make a path to the coffin from there. How'd we do that? Line up the crates, I guess? Yeah, that sounds about right.
I guess this is just another one of Zero's puzzles. Yeah. Anyways, let's give this a shot. Oh, it looks like the Pushmaster 5000 runs off a battery. So to keep it from using up its energy too fast, it's been programmed so that it'll only start moving once the path has been completely programmed in. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. New material has been added to the file screen. You can move in 4 directions. You cannot move diagonally. If the Pushmaster 5000 move count exceeds the battery life, it will be reset. Cannot lift heavy objects. Okay then. We have to make a path over to it. The monitor shows a top-down view of the area where we can move the machine. Thank God it does. Alright, let's give this a try. Sure thing. Just keep in mind that there's a limit on the battery, alright? The battery dies after 50 moves. At least that's what it says in the manual. 50 moves, huh? Also keep in mind that the Pushmaster 5000 can't move the heavy metal crates, okay? Got it. Instructions for operation. When a square... okay. That's good to know. Okay, well I have an idea of what we need to do here. Let's go up. Right. Try that. Yeah, I think that's gonna work. You know what? I think I'm on the right path here. You know what? Maybe I should have pushed that one up. You know what? Now we're screwed. I messed that up. Okay, you know what? I think I know what to do here, though. Problem is we have limited moves, so I'm trying to think of how to do this. Oh, nope. Let's try this once again. There we go. Took me long enough. Okay, I'm done putting them in the program. What do I do next? Just be quiet and watch. See, it's moving already. Wow, that thing is majestic. Awesome, the Pushmaster 5000 did just what I told it to. It lined up all the crates. Great, now we can reach the coffin. We just need to climb those crates over by the fence. Damn right we do. Let's get going. Hopefully this isn't Alice, because she's supposed to be in the library, not here. I'd assume it's a library at least, because they said a forest of knowledge. Up and over. They walked slowly past the row of crates until they came to the coffin. They stopped and nodded to one another, and Junpei put his hand on the lid of the coffin. Mommy! Your mom? What? Just kidding. He smirked heartedly at his own joke. Oh, what a bugger. Junpei grumbled and shook his head. Whatever, just open it, pansy. Junpei resisted the urge to remind Santa that he would have had it open a long time ago if Santa hadn't interrupted, and quickly threw off the coffin lid. They peered inside. A gun. That's the gun he stuck us up with. Contrary to what they'd expected, the inside of the coffin was quite large. It was mostly empty, but not completely so. Laying on the bottom was a rusty key, and next to the key, a gun. It's a gun! Yeah, a revolver. It looks pretty old. I wonder if this is a replica. Junpei reached down slowly and cautiously, picked up the revolver. In his hand, it felt heavy. He checked the cylinder. There were 6 bullets. He'd never seen a real gun or even a real bullet before. You couldn't tell if this was real or not. The barrel was rifled. Nothing seemed to be blocking it. As Ace had said, the gun was very old. However, it appeared to have been well maintained. If it was a real gun, Junpei thought it would most likely function perfectly. If it was real. Holding the gun made Junpei feel unpleasant. Carefully, he placed it back in the coffin. You're not gonna take it. Of course not. All something like this is gonna do is cause more trouble. It's a powerful weapon that gives one person a huge advantage. Something like that would be too dangerous to have around. We're in enough danger already. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Maybe Zero put this gun here, hoping that something like that might happen. In other words, maybe he put it in here to make us fight each other. In that case, we should most certainly leave it here. I, for one, have no desire to let Zero control me. The others nodded. They had no desire to be under Zero's control either. Okay, we've got that figured out, but you aren't going to leave that key in there, are you? No, that would be stupid. Yeah, of course I'm not. Junpei picked up the rusty key and slid the top of the coffin back into place. They got him back where they had found it. Rusty key, let's get out of here now. That would be ideal. Can try that door we found up here. Let's just put this key in here and yes! Sounds like that did it. Yay! Looks like it's open, Jumpy. I see. This key should open this door. Hey, what are you waiting for? Let's go. Yes, it's opening. We're out. Oh, thank God. Creaky doors. They always scare me. You found it. You have found the exit. The hallway that left the cargo room headed straight towards the stern. Junpei and the other 3 proceeded down it silently. Some distance along it, a large room opened up on the left-hand side. It looked familiar. An iron grate covered each of the elevators. Junpei and his companions drew to a stop and began to discuss what their next move should be. We've seen this elevator before. We got off the one on the left just a little while ago. Then we went through the number 6 door, and that took us to the engine room. Yes, and after that we passed through the cargo room. And now we're back here. In other words, we made a loop. We're back where we started. Junpei approached the elevator. Gently, you push the triangular button on the wall next to it. A moment passed, and it came down. Okay, at least it works still. The elevator door opened. And shut. Pushing the button had apparently restored power to the elevator. The elevator was now functional. That's good. What do we do? Should we return to C-Deck? No, this hallway keeps going. Even if we do end up going back, I think we should see what's down there first. I agree. Let's go. It's best not to waste time. Their decision made, Junpei and his companions left the elevators behind and continued down the hallway. Sometime later, Santa, who had been walking several places in front of the rest, suddenly stopped. Set in the wall in front of him was a door. So far as Junpei could see, there was no other way to proceed. It was the door or nothing. Alright, well, let's open it. Junpei took a deep breath, readied himself, then grabbed the doorknob and pulled the door open. He paused for a moment, then stepped through into a room. And there he saw the number that had hung over their heads since they'd woken up. Well, that's the number 9 room, why isn't it? Right, this group found it last time. Like the number on every other door, this one too was a rough shape made of red paint. This door was set into the back of the wall of the room. Junpei leapt towards it with a sudden burst of hopeful energy. It was a large double door, heavy and full of solemn importance. He grabbed hold of the door's handle and shook. Nothing. But he hadn't expected it to open. The red sat on the wall next to the door, patiently watching us, its screen read vacant. Finally, they found it. Junpei felt himself overwhelmed by a torrent of emotion. At last, they'd found the exit. The cold gripped his heart, and he knew all too well why. As he stood frozen, unsure of what to think or feel. Jumpy! Look! Behind you! He spun around and couldn't believe what he saw. It was a door with the number 9 written across it. A second one. It was there. A second door? Why? Junpei's voice was barely even audible to even himself. He stumbled towards the second door as if somehow compelled. It was a small single door. It sat in the starboard corner of the room, on the same wall as the door they'd entered from, but in the opposite corner. 9. There was no mistaking it. A red sat on the wall, next to the door as well. Junpei shook the door handle pointlessly and muttered to himself. Why? Why the hell are there 2 doors? It was Santa who answered. There were always 2 doors. Just think about it. Zero never said there is only 1 door with a 9 on it. True. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9. Of course, we just assumed that there was only 1. After all, why would there be more than 1 door? Oh man. Jeez, Junpei was stunned. Igor's trick had taken him completely by surprise. There were 2 doors. That meant that all 9 people who had met at the central staircase could have escaped and leave no one behind. Now, that's if the 9th man hadn't died, I'm assuming. Now, the reason for the bracelet numbers being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 was clear. Divided in 2, the digital root for both teams would be 9. For instance, 12, 7, 8, and 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, 9, the digital root for both teams would be 9. Or 2, 3, 4, 9, yeah, we can talk about numbers all day, Junpei, we get it. The digital root would also be 9. There were many other workable combinations, but all ended the same way, with a digital root of 9. What did that mean? The answer was quite simple. From the very beginning, the Nonary game was designed to save all 9 people. That's if they could work together, which we obviously didn't because someone's dead already. Zero hadn't been lying. Zero had never said there was only 1 door. But anyone who'd found themselves in the game would have assumed that was the case. Fights would have broken out. One team would likely betray or deceive the other. Someone might be hurt, someone might get killed. But eventually, they would reach the room Junpei now found himself in.
and realized the pointlessness of whatever violence they'd visited upon each other. There were 2 doors. No need to kill each other. They'd understand and be appalled, overwhelmed with guilt of what they'd done. Perhaps that was the purpose of this game. That was how the Nonary game was meant to be played. I love it! Fortunately, they hadn't started to fight one another, at least not yet. But if one misstep was made, if the wrong mistake happened, the stakes would rise and the news would tighten. The thought of it sent chills down his spine. So what are we gonna do, Junpei? A voice broke through Junpei's frantic thoughts. Santa's voice. It brought Junpei back to his senses. No use worrying about the future, he needed to figure out what they were going to do next. There were 4 people in the room. Ace, Santa, Junpei, and June. Their bracelet numbers were... The digital route would be 6, so they couldn't get through. In other words, the 4 of them couldn't open a door with the number 9. But what if there were only 3? Could door 9 be opened with 3 of them? It took him no time at all to determine the answer. There was only one combination of 3 people that would give a digital root of 9. 1 plus 3 plus 5. Ooh, that would mean... No! We gotta go back. That wasn't a possibility he was willing to consider. Santa and Ace agreed. Yep. I agree. We cannot leave June behind. Junpei let out a breath he hadn't realized he'd been holding. Are you sure? I don't mind staying. June's body betrayed her true feelings. Her eyes were wet with the beginnings of tears and her legs shook. It's okay. There's no way we'd leave you behind. Santa had said what Junpei had known the moment he realized which 3 people could go through the door. Besides, I'd rather drown at the bottom of the ocean than escape with this sausage fest. Of all things to say. Maybe I'll get to go to Atlantia. Oh gosh. Are you sure you don't mean Atlantis? That's probably what he means. Oh, right. Bad joke's bad. Perhaps it was the sudden reassurance that no one wanted to leave June behind, but Junpei laughed harder than he had thought or had in some time. Santa and Ace smiled. You guys... June blinked tears from her eyes and bit her lip. She didn't seem to know what else to say. Very well. Best we head back to C Deck then. We should be able to take the elevator we passed earlier. Rats Clover, 7, and Lotus will have returned from door 1. Even as Ace spoke, they knew finding the others wouldn't improve the situation. There's no way they could be split into teams that both could go through the doors. Ace knew it. They all knew it. But there was nothing else they could do. They would find the other 3 and search for another solution. All right, let's go. Ace looked at all 3 of them, then turned and headed through the door. Santa and June followed. Junpei started towards the door, then stopped. Is that coffin still in here? That's what I'm wondering. He'd been too busy with the other concerns to notice the room itself. It didn't seem terribly important now. But what exactly was it? Junpei looked around the room for the first time, noticing the things that weren't the doors with 9 on them. A red carpet ran between 2 columns of wooden benches that ran the length of the room. Pews of sorts, I guess. The carpet began at the large set of double doors and ran towards the back. Junpei wasn't sure. Was it an altar, perhaps? There was a small rectangular alcove at the end of the carpet. Inside the alcove was a raised platform. Resting on top of the platform was a coffin. A coffin? A coffin? What on earth was a coffin doing in a place like that? Before Junpei had time to answer that question. Hey, Junpei, the hell are you doing? Let's move. Santa's voice echoed in from the hallway outside. Right, okay. I'll be right there. Junpei turned on his heels and left the room, or the somber room. Ah, shit, the pounding. A little late, whoever's in there. They took the elevator up to C deck. Once there, they headed back towards the main hall and the central staircase. It didn't take them long. Junpei found Seven and Lotus waiting for them. They did not look happy. We've got a problem. Clover is gone. Okay. Junpei and his three companions looked at one another. He turned back to Seven and Lotus. What do you mean, gone? Santa, Ace, and June have their own questions to ask. When? Why? You two went into door 1 with Clover, didn't you? Seven and Lotus responded as best they could. Yeah, we went through the door together. But Clover barely spoke to us. She just did her own thing the whole time. There were 4 rooms on the other side of door 1. She wouldn't let us go into the 4th room. She just said, I'll take care of this one. And shut the door. She must have blocked it with something on the other side. We waited for a while, but Clover didn't come out. We called for her, but she didn't answer. So I kicked down the door and went into the room. But it was empty. Clover wasn't in there. There was a door on the other side of the wall. And it was open. We figured she opened the door and left by herself. We ran after her, of course, but... well, obviously we didn't find her. We figured that much out. Clover is gone. Junpei thought for a moment. When did this happen? We got here just before you. You certainly have excellent timing. So you haven't searched anywhere other than near the staircase? No, we haven't. Finally, Ace spoke. His voice had an edge of resolve and concern. Very well then, we'd best separate and look for Clover. We haven't much time left. Let's begin. There were quick nods all around, and the 6 remaining players spread out. Now hopefully this doesn't turn out like last time. Junpei and June ran into the central hospital room and looked around. She's not here. Oh, she isn't. They searched for a little longer, but with no luck. They couldn't find Clover. Finally, they gave up and left the central hospital room. Slowly, they made their way back to the hallway. At last, they reached the stairs, and Junpei spoke. Alright, I'm thinking we should probably split up. Oh, that's a terrible idea, Junpei. I'll head to the stairs and take the elevator down to E deck. June, you can take the stairs up to B deck. Alright, that sounds good. But, what? Okay. Could you stop calling me by that codename when we're alone? Huh? Sure, right, I guess. I'll do that. There was a reason Junpei persisted in calling her June, even when they were alone. Although perhaps not the best reason. He was embarrassed to call her by the nickname he'd used when they were children. Canny. 9 years ago, it came naturally after all, they were children. But now that they were adults, it felt strange. Regardless of what he might hope for, to call a woman he wasn't dating by such a childish nickname felt odd to him. Well, you could be, you never know. Of course, to call her Miss Kurashiki would be even more awkward, and simply Kurashiki would seem a little brusque. And although he couldn't put his finger on why, it felt somewhat forward to call her Akane, when they hadn't seen each other for so long. In sort? That's not the word I'm looking at. In short, it was simply easier for him to call her June and leave it at that. Alright, I'm going then. Yeah, okay, be careful, Kenny. June, or perhaps more appropriately Kenny, blushed and smiled. You be careful too, Jumpy. Yeah, I will, got it. Take care. Don't die. Don't get asked a question. Junpei looked after her for a moment as she ran up to the stairs, then turned around and took off down the hallway. Down the spooky, scary elevator we go. Tragedy always strikes when one least expects it. Oh, fuck. But to wait for a man to stand before, striking him down seems almost crueler than dealing a fatal blow while he lies on the ground. A light in a dark place, June's smile had given him hope, both for escape and possibly for something else. It was that hope that raised his spirits just enough that they might soon be fully dashed. I don't like that. He opened the elevator door, and there she was. A woman sat, slouched against the wall. Lotus. Junpei felt his blood turn to ice. Her body was limp, and her skin smooth and pale as always. That looks like blood. He was covered in bright red blood. Junpei felt his chest constrict. He couldn't breathe, and his legs began to shake. A slow, cold drop of sweat trickled down his back. He felt his stomach somersault. Junpei's mind went blank, all his thoughts were replaced with endless, hissing white. Driven by a little more than instinct, he began to walk towards Lotus slowly. Each slow movement of his stiff limbs brought him closer to the corpse. Finally, he stood next to her. Robotically, he bent down and put his hand against her neck. There was no pulse. No rise and fall of breathing. She was silently warm, or slightly warm. Something, somewhere in Junpei's shaken mind, told him that meant she had been killed recently. Yes, Junpei thought, his mind slowly returning, she had been killed. It's when it killed her. There was a deep cut on the left side of her chest. Blood still oozed from it, although clearly her heart had stopped beating some time ago. The weapon had been a knife, then? Perhaps she had been stabbed in the heart once. She would have died immediately. He took a little comfort from knowing she must have suffered very little. Only then did Junpei notice. Lotus's bracelet was gone. Don't tell me it's her again. Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only two ways to do so. 1. You escape from the ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, it detects that its wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0. It will shut down automatically. Was that why the killer had ended Lotus's life? So that they might have the number 8 bracelet? If that was true, then the killer was whoever wanted the number 8 bracelet. Or perhaps more accurately, the person who would gain the most by obtaining bracelet number 8. Who is that? Who would benefit the most from the other number 8 bracelet? Thought only just entered Junpei's mind when... Fuck, we got stabbed. He heard a noise, a sound like a sharp knife cutting through wet meat. It struck him as strange that the noise came from inside his own body. A moment later, the pain hit him. It wasn't merely pain. There was heat, extreme heat as well. He felt as though molten iron had been splashed against the side of his body. Finally, his brain made the connection. He had been stabbed. But where? His body was quickly going numb. He couldn't tell where the knife had met his flesh. Given the circumstances, however, he had most likely been stabbed in the back. Quite literally. Oh no, it makes me think of something we heard Santa saying earlier. Whoever killed Lotus had now done the same to Junpei as well. Ah! His voice was little more than a weak groan. With that little strength he had left, Junpei turned his body, trying to catch a glimpse of his attacker. But as he did, the knife dug itself in deeper, twisting viciously. He collapsed to the floor, a puppet with his strings cut. His arms and legs lay where they fell, oddly twisted and awkwardly positioned. Junpei's body was entirely numb. He could feel the blood leaking out of him, but nothing would move. Nothing save his eyes. As he lay on the floor, his life ebbing away, Junpei finally saw his attacker. 2 tiny images of the killer reflected in his eyes. With that recognition came nothing. He felt no emotions, not anger, not sadness, not regret. The paralysis that had claimed his body had reached his mind. His killer glanced down at his body. Then without a word, climbed into the elevator and was gone. As eyesight began to fade, the world grew blurry and began to dissolve into an empty white fog. The fog crept into the edge of his mind and worked exorbitantly inward. Really? It's not going to show me who they are? Soon it swallowed up the last that remained of Junpei's mind, and his consciousness left him. There was nothing more. Into utter emptiness he fell, into zero. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. He got stabbed. At one point I remember, oh gosh, Santa saying that he would get stabbed in the back, and I said quite literally or figuratively. And it looks like we literally got stabbed in the back. I'm hoping it isn't who he was talking about. Not my waifu. Oh well, I guess that's the end of another ending. If you did enjoy the video, as always, Meisters, please do leave a like on the video to show your support. If you would like to see more Shinigami shenanigans just like today's, ensure to subscribe to the channel and join the Academy for more videos just like this one. As always, we'll continue next time on 999 with yet another hopeful ending. That's not going to be bad, I hope, this time. Peace out, Meisters.